Hi, and welcome back to Liz Art Studios. Well, today we have a wonderful class. We are going to be working with lines. We're going to be reviewing different types of lines. We are also going to be learning how to make a free flow line to create an art piece which is abstract. And I'll show you how to do that also, okay? And later on in another lesson, we will add color. But today we are going to concentrate on lines, and also we're going to talk about Paul Klee, which is an artist that used free flow lines in his artworks, and they were just amazing. So let's begin, okay? Now, for today's work project, we are going to need some materials. First, we're going to need a white piece of paper. We're going to need a black marker, maybe permanent will be good, and a pair of scissors to prepare your mat, okay? So let's begin preparing that mat. I always like to work with my white paper and prepare my mat before I begin actually working. So you're gonna need also a cardboard piece in any type of color, any color you like, all right? Any color that you know that you will use later on. So I know I'm gonna use some blue later on. So I am going to take my white paper and I am going to cut just a piece, just like this, on the side. My artwork will be a little bit smaller, but you know what? At the end, it's gonna look wonderful because I am making it smaller just to leave a frame, and so I could frame my work and it could look really, really, really nice. And it's a finished product, okay? It's not just a piece of artwork, but it's a finished product. So these two pieces, what do I do with them? I save them or I hide them somewhere, okay? Now, as you see, if you place at the end your white paper on your cardboard paper, then you would have a perfect mat, okay? And like that, you could present it and it's ready for an art show, all right? So let's begin. Okay, so today the first thing we're gonna do is review lines. We already know lines from before, but let's review them, okay? So I'm gonna put them, I put them right here for you, but they're also back here so you can see them bigger, okay? Lines can be many, many, many types. They could be straight lines. I'm gonna put them right here so you can see them better, okay? Lines could be straight. They could be vertical, okay? They could be zigzag, they could be wavy, like the ocean. They could be diagonal and make like the teeth on crocodiles. They could be dotted. They could be castle lines, and they could also be broken lines, all right? So these are many types of lines, but all of these lines we can use in a different type of way. For example, there is something called organic, and organic is it's a word that means that it's alive, something that's alive. So maybe the shape of a leaf, so maybe this shape is organic, or the shape of an apple is organic, all right? Or maybe the shape of your hand, if you trace your hand, it's also organic because it looks like something that it's alive, okay, that it has life. So today we are going to be making a free flow organic drawing, and then we're going to fill it up with lines, okay? Now, in this picture that you see back here by Paul Klee, it's called the trio, and he uses all these beautiful organic free flow lines, all right? And then it seems like it's a trio of people or a trio of musicians or a trio of something, and we think it's something because it looks organic, but it could be nothing really, because they are just lines that go around. There are zigzag lines also, and we really don't know what it is, but we make sense out of it. So I'm going to show you how to make that free flow line, all right? So let's pretend that, look at this one here. In this one, I started my free flow line right here. I started it with this zigzag line. I made it into a curve that went around into a peak right here, down, and then I made some shell lines right here, and then I put everything together. But if you look at it, it might look like a bird. If I put it like this, if I place it this way, oh look, it might look like an elephant. Oh, that's funny. If I place it this way, it's like a seahorse. You see the seahorse? It looks like a seahorse. That's wonderful. Or if I place it this way, I really don't know what it looks like if I place it this way, but it's like some type of bee flying around, okay? So this is the free flow line. To make this, it's very, very simple, okay? All you have to do is put the top on your marker. So put the top on, don't use the marker. And you close your eyes, this is practice. And you go on the paper and you try to make different types of lines, curvy lines, wavy lines, and you stop, okay? Then after you have practiced doing this and making your hand go every way, you are going to take the top off and you're going to think of what lines you really, really, really like. And watch me as I do it here. So I am going to begin. I'm not going to touch the edge of the paper, okay? I'm not going to touch the edges. I am just going to draw in the middle. So let's see. I'm going to create a straight diagonal line. Then I'm going to create some zigzag lines, some curved lines, and now I'm going to make some wavy lines, and I'm going to stop. So now that I have my free flow drawing, I look at it in every different perspective. Okay, I turn it around, I look at it, I make it go round and round, and I think I am going to make, let's see, I'm gonna make some mountains, okay? So I'm gonna make some mountain tops here, and then I'm gonna make some clouds, which are kind of organic because they're alive. Clouds are changing every moment, so they are organic shapes. And mountains too, with erosion, they also change. So let's make that. And here, like these mountains have a top here. I'm gonna make another top here. And now the clouds all around my mountains, I am going to make more wavy lines. Look at this. So I am going to fill these clouds with wavy lines. Top of the mountains, bottom of the mountains, and maybe I will make some grass down here. Also follow this line. And that grass, I am going to put some lines to fill up my drawing. Now I'm going to fill up with different lines, with different types of lines. So now here I'm using straight lines. Here I used wavy lines. And in the mountains, let me see what kind of lines I could use. I could use some, you know what? Dotted lines. Yes, I am going to fill up my mountains with dotted lines. Why? Why not? Because I think it's cool. So, and I can do it because in my mind, I think this is gonna come out really cool. So let's fill this up. There we go. So now I have a picture, a drawing of something organic, and it's also abstract because, you know, it's not really a mountain, but it looks like it because it has an organic shape like a mountain. So today's lesson is about learning how to use your hand to make an abstract free flow line. Just like Paul Klee, he's a wonderful artist that used many colors and many lines, And in his imagination, he just closed his eyes and he drew. And then when he opened his eyes again, he would see his drawings and say, oh, this looks like this. Let's try to figure it out. And that's what we're doing today. We are working like an artist. So this is what you have to do. Put this drawing away, okay, for next week. And next week we will be adding color to it. Really nice color, and we're gonna frame it, and we are going to review everything that we have done, and you're gonna see how wonderful each person in your class does their work. Because you know what? Each person is different, each artist is different. We all have our unique style, and no two pictures are gonna be the same because it's impossible. We are all different. So let's review. First, we talked about lines, different types of lines that we have used in our drawings. Second, we created an abstract free flow drawing using organic shapes, okay? And then I told you about Paul Klee, which is a wonderful artist. You should also review Paul Klee and investigate about him because he's just amazing and I love him. And also, we are going to put this away so we could frame it in the next class. So have a wonderful week. Enjoy making your artwork and see you soon. Bye bye.